Right, this is where we're up to with this. Open the gate. Didn't quite close itself, but close the gate, and we've added the bolt as well. Now that isn't the job finished, but it is for the time being. And what I'll do is I'll kick this bit up. I don't know whether it is clattering, but in the wind it might clatter a bit, so I'll just put that bit of wood at the bottom there for the time being, but I shall fill in these gaps a little bit because it looks a bit exposed on here, doesn't it? But it works, that's the main thing. Reasonably happy with that. What do you reckon, Maisie?
It's taken you long enough.
Now you may remember me talking about this water butt and bin tidy area. I've been putting off for too long now, so we're having a rethink on it.
Haven't you got that finished yet?
I'm going to take it down and start again. Watch this space in a couple of hours.
How many times?
See where I've progressed. Sorry about that, I had a little sneezing attack there. I don't think you wanted to hear that particularly. So I've got some felt. I'm going to felt the roof part of it. This end here, I need to be able to get that tank out at some point so I can pull it out from the end. I'm going to make something similar this end so that that end tank can be pulled out this way, and these two middle ones, if I need to empty them for any reason at all, as in cleaning them out, I can pull them forward. In fact, I'm tempted even with that one with that one not to box it in particularly, because in front of it we're going to have the bin tidy when I get that made. But it's coming on that it was always a struggle working out how I wanted to cover it all. Not too worried about the bins too much, but I still want to hide them if I can, because they don't look very nice in the backyard, do they? But we've got to start on it now, and I know roughly where I'm going with it. So it's a case of soldier on another day and just move the project forward, as in all of them. Today, not going to do a lot today, I'm just going to potter about a bit, but I'm going to try and cement these bricks in, give them a chance to settle, and then we can decide what I'm going to do with the infill part of it. Oh, we've got this to fill in as well. Got those cemented in now, and a bit more trampled down hardcore. Now I've got to decide how to carry on with this pattern of the path. Try and put it in there exactly the same as if it carries on. See what it looks like. I'll put it in loose to start with. Now we've got to cut up some slabs to fit. Jigsaw puzzle. This will be interesting. First piece cut and roughly in place. Second piece in place. 1, 2, 3 pieces in situ. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We can count,
that one there
Steve.
is just to protect the gully. So we've got to level all them out tomorrow, if it's a decent day. And then cement in between them. And that should be, you can walk on it now, but it's a wibbly wobbly. We don't want trip hazards.
Thinking of Kazzy's safety.
But it'll save me doing a lot of grinding and making a lot of noise on a Sunday morning, if the weather allows us to come out tomorrow morning. bearing in mind tonight we put the clocks back, so we're not going to have so much daylight hour later in the day tomorrow, but it'll be what it'll be when it can't hold back the seasons. Right, they're crowns, but I've heard tales that you cover them in winter. So I think we'll do that, and I'm going to move the composter bin over here. God, look at the birds flying south. Look at them all. Stream after stream of them. Come back there, look, and then another lot coming. Incredible. I've dug some out and repositioned some rhubarb crowns there, so that I've got another one of these lids at my mother's, so I'm going to fetch it at some point to protect those two lots. And we're leaving one outside on its own down there, because they weren't covered previous year, so I'm going to do a little experiment. I've always thought with rhubarb you have to protect them over winter, so we're going to do a little experiment. I can afford to lose one crown if it doesn't survive, or if it comes up healthier, then we won't bother with the tins another year. Let's have a look. I'll get that a couple of days to set, then should be able to use that. We've tidied up this area. Kaz wants to put a few plants in. I've put soil around the post as well. Tidied that bit up. We did have issues around there as well, but that's all tidied as well. So a few cobblestones around the edge there, just to keep it separate from the pavement, but I think all in all it's not bad morning's work, or a day's work on and off. I've had visitors, so we've stopped a few times. That'll do nicely. Bit more gardening, another one out. And we'll have a go at that one as well. Well, rain stopped play again today, unfortunately, but
You have actually done something, Steve.
the idea's there. The idea's there. If I can get that pulled up tight and nailed down tomorrow, weather permitting, that gives me an idea of where I'm going with it then. Two more gone. Shouldn't have left in there. She's got a plan now. She's keeping it close to her chest now, because I don't know what it is, but every so often she keeps telling me she wants these bits taken out, so I'll just get on with it. It's a slow job, but I've got there.
It's quite good. For you.
Put a board on the front here for the guttering to hold on to, and I've had to revamp this again. Previously it was coming out there, but it's gone straight into the tub this end now. And this water feed still goes in here, so the principle's still okay. But now I've got tidy up the woodwork around it, finish it off, and then I'll move on to the using all that wood up for the bin tidy. But it's starting to make a bit more sense for me anyway. We'll see how it ends. Well, finished for today. Quite pleased with what I've done using this old wood up. So I've got a roof on it and the guttering on it. Got it plumbed in again. Got that back bit done. Just got to work the front and the back, and then we'll start looking at the bin tidy.
Right. I know what I like, it's white.
Look who we've got! Our Tyler's turned up.
Turned up.
Almighty cheers from the audience. This won't take long. Now he's here. Right, let you crack. 1st of November today. It's definitely starting to feel a bit more autumnal now, and the work ethic is drifting a bit from me. I've had to finish off some jobs, or move them on a bit at least. This ain't brilliant by any means, but it serves its purpose. Cats can still get a water from underneath the tap here, like that, but it covers it. Needs a lick of paint, and then next week I'm going to attempt to tidy this front bit up, because obviously this is the bin tidy, and I'm trying to make this out of begged wood. Funds are a bit low, other projects on, so but it will be tidy by the time we get it finished. Like all great projects, it'll be good when it's finished.
And what year would that be,
Right, with that,
Steve?
I'm going to call that it again. It's Friday afternoon. I'm going to treat myself to a beer, I think. Interesting little project today. For Ross, I've got to try and box this out. I'll make it a bit more user friendly for him, because he's fed up with everything chucked in. Some bits I'll keep, some bits I'll alter for the old boy. But utilising space. So let's see what we can do for the old boy. Now there was some wasted space in here, so we'll have a drawer. What about that? Move the bits in there, utilise some of that space. See where else we can go. Put some casters on it. See if that'll make it roll a bit better. Just put one joiner there, because we had to make this out of 2 bits of wood. Just makes it a bit tidier. Moment of truth, she's in. A bit creaky, but it'll be alright like that, won't it? Just helps tidy things up. Continue on Ross's little project here for him. Got a little top rack done there, and I'm just going to do 2 more shelves there in this side, and sort some other bits out around the back. Today I'm going to make a start for the bin tidy, but I've got a problem now, which my good lady Kaz has told me, that we're going to have a brown bin at some point. Now we've got one here, but we don't use it at the moment because obviously it costs you, the local council. They've taken money out of us, and I've dumped it right at the back of the shed over there, which I can still get to as and when I need to. But this was designed to accommodate 3 bins across the width of this shed. I don't think I can get 4 in, and I was designing them to open up and flip up, but I think we're taking that other one in. I'm going to have to redesign, rather than a long thin one, I think it's going to end up with a square one, and probably 2 and 2 rather than 3 and a 1, because I can't get 4 in a row because it will block that down the back there, and I need access. So we'll have a look later on when I've got a footprint of how I want to do it. That's one side of the bin tidied on. I've decided now, total change of plan. That's what always happens here. I've extended it outwards. As you can see, rather than, that's where it was originally, here, which was the depth of the bin, but I've had to have some extra in front because we will have 4 bins in here, and we'll need to pull them out to get them clear of each other. So the plan is to have a solid end there, an end here, and a front with an opening in it. Whether I have a gate on it or not, I'm not too bothered at the moment. The idea is purely just to hide them away, so that when you're in the garden and you look over there, Kaz said she wants to paint that at some point. She's happy with it, that's the main thing. Don't look out fantastic at the moment, but hey ho, it covers up something that we didn't want to be staring at all the time. So tomorrow, all being well, or whenever we get dive in again, I will attempt to make the other end, and then work out what I'm going to do across the front of it. But we'll have a practice tomorrow because it's been manned tomorrow. I've already took ours out the front for today. Give me a clue as to how easy it is to move them about. I haven't been doing a lot in the garden yet. I'm even having second thoughts about this now, because it's going to be a while before we get down to potential conservatory, which obviously then will follow on with the patio area, which then will follow on this area. So I'm thinking, although I said I was dead against it, I'm thinking of actually putting it to seed for a year or 2 years. It can always be dug up when we're ready to dig it up and replace it at some point with astroturf, which is what I'm after, artificial turf, because I don't want to make more work. But Kaz's opinion that we ought to leave it till we're ready to use it, but I don't know. It's not particularly anything nice to look at out the window for the next year or 2, is it? We'll see anyway. Today I'm going to have a go at this, looking at putting the gate up and also levelling these up. Now the problem with these, we have an issue with this one, and the problem is that cuts across this edging, brick edging, and it goes through the other side and carries on there. Now unfortunately, as you can see, this one panel is too high. Now I can't drop that without getting this brick out, and it's cemented in, so I'm going to have to get the angle grinder out and work my way around it to drop that bit out. Keep your fingers crossed. From this side, I thought, oh, that'll drop at the side of that brick. Job's a good one, but it won't. When I've dropped a perpendicular down, catch along the edge there, so I'm going to grind. Because this is still set, this bit of wall, I'm going to try and just chop an inch off the end of it, and I can always fill it back in with cement afterwards. But I don't really want to take that brick out and then cut it and then cement it back in if I can help it. The vibration might make it jump out anyway, but I'd rather do it without if I possibly can, because it's an heavy old thing to lift that panel up and the gravel board all together. I've managed to do it one side then the other and jack it up sort of thing, But I think if it cuts neat, I think we'll be all right. I'll be able to drop that and then level the top of this panel where it's supposed to be, because this was the one panel that I wasn't happy with. It stuck up too far, and if I tried to continue the line with it, it would overshoot the top of the post, which is silly, 'cause that's not supposed to be like that, is it? So we're going to give it another go, and hopefully in the next half hour we can have that settled again. Right, I'm well happy with that now. So it took less than half an hour to dig that other one, that stone out from this. Well, I didn't dig it out, I just ground it where it was in position, then lowered it to where it looks a bit leveler. I've got more to do on this panel though, because although I fitted it the other day, I realised that it's the screw that put through the other side there wasn't holding it very well, top or bottom, so that's a fail. So we're going to have a rethink on that one, because I've got the gate here, and it would be nice to get that fitted during this work period. But I'm going to have a look. Because I've got to raise that up, so I think I'll take that out, fix that, and then reset it at the height it needs to be. It's slightly lower than that one next door to it, but the only rest on the gravel boards. To get the gravel boards up, I usually have trenching spade, and because they're heavy than concrete ones, but I've managed to lift one side and put these little steel spacers in to hold them in position while I get on with my work. They're quite handy there. Right, we'll crack on.
What are you doing, Steve?
It's got too scary. Trying to do it off a ladder, too high up. So I have to bring the trestle out. But again, it's going to be scary because I'm a fair way off it there. I think I'm going to have to get nearer to it. Don't think I'm going to risk it leaning over that far. So we'll have to set it up a bit closer and go again. Got the post secured on that side, that's the hinge side. About a couple of hinges. See if we can get it yocked up now. Right, we've got the gate on. It seems to be swinging reasonably happy. It's fitting this end that's going to be the problem now. I'm going to have to put some bit more of a panel in there, but I've managed to get this secure again. I'm to screw it from the inside, but now I've got to put this panel back, and that will probably do me for today because I don't like this job, but it's got to be done. Put it in the slot. Just drop the wood down, and then it should all drop into place. With a bit of help from Kaz, we managed to get that last panel in. They lined up a lot better than they were. This one needs lifting up slightly. I've got the door hinged, the gate hinged, but it swings nicely. Finishes okay where it is, I'm not too worried about that. Just got to find a way of filling that bit. But that's good. Good day, a good day in all. But that'll do for today. It's bonfire night tonight, 5th of November, so I imagine there'll be a lot of popping and banging going on later. We now attack the gate again. See how far we can brick that on. Right, nearly start today to try and get this into some semblance of order. Make it at least workable. I'll chop some of these to taper it in. try and get the outside bricks laid, and let's see what leaves us in the middle. Bit of guesswork going on here until something happens. But I've emptied the last of my ballast there, so that's got that big old bag out the front. Just need to tidy this up before winter sets in. There, that's the first session of the day done. 10 o'clock, Maisie, you know what that means, don't you?
I'm guessing it's coffee time. Why don't you finish the last bit?
Don't care about finishing that last bit, it's 10 o'clock. We stop for a cup of tea or a coffee at 10 o'clock, don't we? Well, those of us that earned it.
Don't you think I deserve a drink? Charming.
Just got to cut one after tea break. And we'll try do the other edge of it. Lunchtime. Run out of cement. So I can't even finish laying that side. And obviously I've got to try and find some more bricks as well. We'll try to get it so that we can use it. So the worst case scenario is I'm going to put slabs down there. But I do want to go and try and find the right bricks if I can find them.
Hopefully Steve will get his jobs finished on the next video. Please look out for the next episode as it will be the last one of this year. Bye bye for now.